Okay, I'm here. I'm going to pack up an ephemera kit here for our shop at Weird Owls Vintage and Craft, Winchester, Kentucky. We're down at 28 North Main Street. But I also have my ephemera kits available in our eBay store, which is Weird Owls Vintage and Craft. And that's owls with a Z at the end. Anyway, I can do any kind of ephemera kits for you. This is just a random kind of vintage mix kit here. And in this kit, I'm trying to pack in approximately 25 to 30 items, or I try to push for 30 or more items. These kits sell for $15 here in the shop. And I'm going to go through what's going in this one, which I'm starting out with this big old invoice ledger page. It's really cool. Got it folded up. We're going into this little bag here, which is, oh, it's probably like close to a 6x8 or a 5x8 bag here. So we have this ledger. I'm doing this pretty little piece of doily that's been coffee dyed. Here's, this is a 6x6 cardstock piece. Here we have an old cardboard bingo game. It says Lancaster on the back. Maybe for the city of Lancaster. Maybe they did bingo nights. Here's another piece of 6x6 cardstock going in here. Here we have an old little piece from, this was from a math book, an elementary, well, probably not elementary school, old math book here. This is, actually I think this is from an old math book too, but it's a different book. And there's actually two of these going in. Here we have a little glassine bag. I love the texture of those. We've got, this is an old time clock sheet, and I did stamp on the back of it just to add a little bit of whimsy. Two little skeletons, they're dancing. You know, I thought that was cute with the time clock. You know, they've run out of time. But you don't run out of time. You're a skeleton and you keep going. Anyway, going along with that skeleton theme, I have this little anatomy card from an anatomy deck. Here's another piece of 6x6 cardstock. Just a little scrap of some scrapbook paper. This is like, I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of got a shimmer to it. It's like a gold metallic little piece of paper. Just another little scrap of scrapbook paper. This is from a little calendar book, and it had just old advertisement reproductions in this little calendar book. It's pretty cute. Here's just a regular envelope, but I stamped it with a cute little queen bee on here. Let's see here. Here's a little tag. It was just scrapbook paper. I cut it into a tag and I stamped it. This is just a little piece of coffee dyed scrap, and I stamped a mushroom on it. This is just a tiny little scrap of vellum paper, but it's just really pretty. You know, sometimes you just come across these cute little scraps, you don't know what to do with them. They're just so pretty. Here's just a stamped owl. We're weird owls, so I usually try to include an owl in every package, some sort of owl. Here is a library card holder that you can stick something into it. This is just a random tiny little scrap of paper. This is from one of those coupon books from back in the day that the grocery stores would give you. You collect these little stamps and you fill up your book and you earn things at the grocery store. This is just a game card from a game called Red Flags. It's called The Game of Terrible Dates. That's kind of funny, I thought. This terrible date, I guess it's a red flag if he says he owns a flying broom. Yeah, that maybe be a red flag. Be kind of cool though if he did. Here's just a little tag of a dragonfly. Here's just a little thing of twine to throw in there. A little piece that says fragile, do not drop, handle with care. Here's an old black and white like school photo, and actually it's double-sided. There's two. Choose which one you want to use. Here's another little owl on a mini tag. There's another stamped image that I did, just a moon face. I love that stamp. This is a postage stamp, an old postage stamp. This is a wax seal that I made. I stamped it out. She's a little girl in she has a mushroom head, a little girl with a mushroom head. She's interesting. And finally, there is a little charm, a little silver dragonfly. And all of that I'm going to stuff into this bag and gather it here. I'm going to put it together here, like so. Try to make it so you can kind of decide and see what's in it if you were here in the shop. I don't know. I think I'd rather have the ledger showing than the queen bee envelope. Anyway, I'm going to stuff this here into the bag. Like so. Usually when I do these, I do them kind of assembly line. But I just kind of threw this one random one together here just for this video. See if I getting this little doily in here is kind of the trick. I should have put that in with the whole bundle here. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to take that out. This into the bundle. That protects this doily. The doily is a little bit fragile. I don't know. Of course, you know, you're just not going to get to see everything in here. It's interesting. We are going to be offering classes here at our shop in Winchester, Kentucky. We are transitioning from being a vintage shop to being more of an art and craft studio here, where people can come in and bring their own stuff to work on. Or, of course, they can take junk journal workshops here, because that's kind of my thing, are the junk journal workshops. I owned a scrapbook store many years ago. And I miss the parties. I miss the crop parties when we would get together and work on our crafts all together. So I'm trying to kind of bring that vibe back with these junk journal workshops that we'll do. And if you want to follow us on Facebook under Weird Owls, and that's owls with a Z, that will be the best way to keep up and see what we've got going on around here. And oh, I didn't count the pieces in front of you, but it was over 30 pieces. I try to get around 30 pieces. This actually went over the 30 pieces, so that's good. As long as I get a minimum of 30 in here, I feel okay about it. So I'll usually go and stuff extra stuff just to be certain. And sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes my ephemera kits, they sit out on my desk for about a month in a basket. They just kind of sit upright in a basket, sometimes a month or more. And as I'm sitting here working on projects, sometimes I'll pick up a little random piece of something and go, oh, well, I'm just going to throw you here in this bag. So bags that already have about 30 items in them, if they sit out on my desk a while, they just keep getting more and more added to them, honestly. So it's always going to be over 30 items. Need like a, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to use this, my little creaser. Poke things down in there. Bone folder, that's what it is. Gosh, I am forgetting what things are called. My little bone folder. Last item is this dragonfly charm. Oops, try to make that visible. And there you go. This is one of my ephemera packs, all packed up. You can see my shirt. My grandkids gave me this shirt. It's got frogs on it. I love frogs. Anyway, there we have it. I'll put my little label on the top that I put on all of them, and it will go out in the shop. And that is one of our ephemera kits. And I have so many different kinds of ephemera kits. This is kind of a vintage inspired kit, but I also do really colorful kits too. Very, I don't know, fiesta party kind of looking kits. I do a lot of color ones too. I do themed kits. I've got lots that are for cat lovers, owl lovers, nature lovers, witchy ones, Halloween. I love Halloween, so I really do a lot of Halloween kits. And of course I've got Christmas in here and springy kits, and we've got Mother's Day coming up, and I've got lots of kits that are kind of Victorian and nature inspired, and that'd be great maybe for Mom. I'm also putting together some ready-made journal kits that will include the book, the journal book, and I'll have it like bound and ready, and all kinds of a selection to go with the actual book. Great for a mom who already is a junk journaler, or honestly for a beginner. It's a great beginner's kit, and then they can come here and they can learn with us to do junk journaling. I'm not going to do like formal, well, I'm not going to say I won't, but probably these will be junk journal workshops, and anyone at any level can come and join us on those nights. And I'm always here to basically just kind of tutor you while you work at whatever level you're at. That's easier than trying to say, okay, everybody, we're going to do this tonight. I'd rather work with people at the level that they're at and show you whatever you need to learn, whether it's putting together signatures, whether it's sewing signatures into a journal, whether it's showing you how to use some of the tools here in the studio, the die cut machines or the Cricut machine, or just the rubber stamps. There's a million rubber stamps in this place. If you're into stamping, if you just want to come down and make some cards one night while we're open, I mean, anything you want to work on. And it doesn't have to be paper related. You can bring your crochet project with you and just join us here at the studio. Come hang out with us. So follow us along on Weird Owls with a Z on Facebook. And thank you all. Have a great night. Bye.